Somalia's parliament and presidential contest election is scheduled to take place in early 2021. Ahead of the elections, the importance of the media's role in the upcoming electoral process was center stage as a group of journalists gathered for an intensive United Nations-backed training on strengthening their reporting on elections and voter education.
Supported by the United Nations Assistance Mission in Somalia and organized by the Federation of Somali Journalists, the three-day training brought together more than 24 journalists from various media outlets. The journalists are receiving training on areas ranging from the need for neutrality to the uses of opinion polls. The aim is to enhance the journalist skills, allowing them to better report on the country's impending elections and consequently improve general public's understanding of the electoral process. Meanwhile, Somalia's Press Union President Abadir Abdul Khader Elmi outlines the importance of the training to the journalists in preparations for the 2021 elections.
After this training, reporters will apply the knowledge they have gained in their daily activities. This training is important for Somali journalists as the country is once again going to indirect polls, and people need to understand more about the elections.
The UN mission in Somalia has previously highlighted the role the media play in Somali society and how they need to be able to carry out their work free from violence, harassment, detention, prosecution, intimidation, and censorship. The Chief of Strategic Communications, Ari Gaitani, said the UN needs to ensure Somalia's political space allows for diverse views and voices as part of the democratic process.
Democracy is more than just the holding of elections. It also means ensuring a country's political space allows for everyone to take part, and as I stress, the media has a key role to play in this. Fact-based news and analysis depend on the work of journalists conducting independent reporting, rooted in the fundamental tenet, which is journalism.
One of the trainees, Fardosa Mohammed Sahal, a journalist with Galmudug Television, is optimistic about the training.
It's my first time attending this kind of training, and I am optimistic about gaining a lot from the facilitators providing the teaching. Media outlets provide information to the public. If the election isn't reported well, then the public will not understand what's happening, but if the election is covered fairly and professionally, the public will have a chance to know of the election's integrity.
Aside from the substantive elements of reporting on elections, the training will also include covering elections in volatile security situations. In September alone, Somalia has been the scene of over a dozen deadly terror attacks by Al-Shabaab. The Islamist militant group is seen to be bent on thwarting the forthcoming elections in the Horn of Africa. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Mariama Cham.